Okay, I apologize in advance for my dog's barking. And also, this is for those who maybe didn't understand this, even if you got it right, or for the people who have to do it because their groups didn't finish it up today. You need to have this figured out by tomorrow. This is a really important clue in what we're doing. Okay, first things first, parentheses. If you haven't watched the why order of operations videos wrong that I posted above this, you need to do that. Okay, so we'll come back to the skulls. Let's talk about what we can put in parentheses. See, parentheses are like commas in English, or like just putting these things in a box. So I'm going to put parentheses here. I'm just going to group these. Now these parentheses don't have to stay here through the whole problem. Actually, it's best if they don't. Okay, and I'm going to kind of chunk this. What you have here is, now you have kind of a problem where you just have like one, this one's by itself, 2, 3 variables. Kind of like if you had like A, B, and C. All right, but we're not using A, B, and C. We're not changing letters around. I'm just saying, like, you probably would know how to deal with A plus B plus C or something from your math class. All right. But yeah, this is technically basic algebra, but I will give you the fact that that whole order of operations thing is pretty disastrous. All right, now let's do this. We want to get apple by itself, so that means that these two things have to go away. First, let's do this. Well, only need one minus sign. Okay, see how these are all put together with plus signs? Well, you just do what it's like. See, you pretty much have skull plus this stuff here plus this stuff here. Well, the way that you handle that is that you want to remove everything but the kind of chunk that has the part you want in this case, the apple. And so you want to use its mortal enemy, and they're all added. So mortal enemy of addition is naturally subtraction. So we're going to subtract skull initial. And you don't have to show all these steps if you truly get it, but if you're not sure, show the steps. That's skull initial. Okay, what you do to one side, you do the other. So we'll put skull initial here. That's an I. Sorry, still learning to use this. So these, of course, went away. So what you're left with, I'm going to put therefore, because it's a habit. Anyway, you have, look at this, skull final minus skull initial. Okay, so you could write skull final minus, put some eyes on him, skull, put a nose, initial. But you know what that is? Final minus initial anything, and if you don't know this, you need to go back and watch previous videos, is actually change in skull and crossbones, I guess. Change in skull and crossbones. So that, of course, is written with a delta. So this is change in skull and crossbones. It's not final or initial, it's both. This means final minus initial right here, and then you just put whatever, what the variable was. Okay, and so that's going to equal heart initial stickman plus 1/2 apple stickman. This is multiplied by stickman squared. Okay, now we need to get rid of this here. So I'm going to go minus heart initial, and I'm just going to leave the parentheses off here, stickman over here, minus heart initial stickman. Okay, so that's going to leave us with delta skull and crossbones, change in skull and crossbones, I should say, minus, oh well, minus, I'm just going to leave the parentheses off because you'll see, heart initial stickman, okay, is equal to, good, let's see, you can have the parentheses on it now or not, 1/2, you'll just kind of develop as you work with this stuff a feeling for where parentheses go, 1/2 apple stickman squared. Okay, might be a good idea to put this in parentheses too right now. Okay, well, I want to get rid of this 1/2. Hey, look, I'm going to go up here. If I have something whole, and then I break it in half, how many of these halves, what would you multiply 1/2 by to make a whole something? Oh, 2. Yeah, you need 2 of those guys. Really, we're not going to get into too much difference of, there's not going to be too many fractions in here, but you need to know that 1/2 you make into 1 by 2, because you know you break something in half, you need 2 pieces to put it back together. So I'm going to go 2 times 1/2, and this just cancels that 1/2 out. What you do to one side, you do to the other. Can't really see my delta here. 2, right? So now, look, that just leaves us with, we're almost there, apple and stick guy squared. So I'm going to go over. We just need to, guess what? You can just leave this stick guy squared the way it is. So we just need to get rid of stick guy. So for stick girl, stick guy squared. As Antonia pointed out, it could be a girl. Very good. Okay. Stick guy squared. And then these cancel out. And you're left with your answer, which is, I'll put therefore, maybe, I'll put therefore, okay. Oh wow, sorry about that. That should not have that many dots. There, that works. Therefore, 3 dots. Therefore, acceleration. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Whoops, accidental clue. Therefore, well, therefore, apple, because we're just talking about strange symbols here, apple equals, I'll let you figure that part out. This is getting too long. Anyway, that should be the answer. And have this tomorrow.